All right, here's a moment with Mom again. Mom is a poet, and she is going to be reading a little bit of her poetry. She loves poetry. Tell me, what are you going to be reading?
Short one here. I called The Way. Maybe I better start with a short.
Why did you write that poem?
Because God gave. Oh God, if thou wert only just, how could I come to thee? Righteousness, how couldst thou stoop to me? But thou art also love, and through the Christ Son, I dare to call Father and come, O righteous one. Is it like that?
Yeah, that was a good poem. So, what inspired you to write it?
The Lord.
And what inspired you to write it? What about the Lord inspired you to write it?
I became a Christian. I didn't have any idea what being a Christian meant. Knew nothing about the Lord. Said I'm getting along just fine the way I am. I don't need the Lord. I was 18 years old. He saved me from sins in a wonderful way.
That's great. You're going to read us another poem? Is that what you're going to do?
This is called a prayer. It's called To Crucify Vain Desires. The Lord is my shepherd, shall not want. But like the lilies of the field that flaunt their glorious colors to the sky, take only what I need from thy dear. Only let me feed the hungry. Let me be one who fed some tiny spark of faith by quiet deed. Let me, Lord, give and give and give, that, like thyself, I may make others live. Let me not want, but supplement myself. Others see only thyself in me, and thus be directed, Lord, to thee.
That's quite a poem.
That's a good one.
A very selfless poem. Something that every Christian should be is selfless, right?
Yeah.
And what's so important about selflessness?
Well, pride is the opposite of it, and pride is destructive.
How many poems, Mom?
Couple?
Couple? How many poems have you written?
Oh, I don't know, honey. I never counted.
Have you
them.
written 100?
Oh no, maybe 10.
No, you've
called...
written more than 10. You've written an entire book of poems.
Well, I don't know how many I wrote.
Would you say you've written 50?
I don't know. I never counted them.
I think you've probably written 25 or 50, maybe even 100. You've written quite a few poems. Are you going to read us another poem?
Yes. Well,
What's the name of it?
Reflection. Ever seen two strangers a meeting on the street, one looking sour and the other looking sweet? And did you ever notice how the scowling face lights up and the smile there reflected like a sparkle in a cup? And have you ever thought that smiles just seem to bloom and one begets another? Smile comes in the room.
That's a great poem. Hey, there's a lot of tension going around today, and people could use a smile, couldn't they? So, prompted you? Do you remember what prompted that poem?
Oh,
I know, but what incidents? What's the story behind it?
I don't remember.
You really don't remember. Well, look,
it was written in 1962.
And look, 100, and it's the year 2020. So 1962, 2020. How many years ago is that?
60.
Oh my goodness, that's no one remember. That's really great.
Here's one. It says, "Hands can tell." Now this one was written in January, February, March, April of 1979. That's a long time away. This is said, hands can tell. Hands can tell, they say, so much. Character and such. Long and slim artists are. Work-worn farmers. I knew a carpenter once. He died from nail holes in his heart and side. He tells so much. His I gave you life on Resurrection Day. That's about our Lord.
Yeah, that is. That's a good story. Great story about hands.
Yeah,
Have you written any poems lately?
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
Call it Over in Old Bethlehem. Many years ago, Mary had a little child. Oh, she loved him so. She softly sighed to her Savior, Lord and King. Then cross to save my soul. That's why this song I sing. In Old Bethlehem, many years ago, Mary had a little child, and oh, she loved. She softly sang to her Savior, Lord and King. Then he took a cross to save my soul. That's why I sing about him. This is called Consolation.
Before you read that one, why do you write poetry?
Well, it comes to my mind, and I just.
Mm-hmm. And it's about stuff that's important, and it helps you remember and tell stories.
Yes, yes, it does. And this one, and it's a lot about the life we live as Christians. This is called Consolation. What if the world is topsy-turvy, upside down? And what if all you fought for is down the drain and madmen rule? Good men suffer pain. And then you lose your house, your land, your jewels and wife. All that you have becomes the spoil of your trusted friend becomes a tyrant's tool. What then? And then is the right to read and write and sing and memorize all the solace to which you cling. Can you be glad at all for anything? Or does it matter that the world is topsy-turvy, upside down, and hope is almost gone and only remain? Why, man, look up. You have a crown.
Well, that's a great way to end this little session with a bit more of Mom and me, and Mom reading some of her great poetry. So, Mom, reading your poetry tonight.
Well, you're welcome, honey.
All right.
Thank you. Even thinking about it.